whether migration brings urbanization or urbanization brings migration. Well, I think it's both ways. It's both ways. In the history, if you look at history, we have in South Asian history, we have these terminologies as Nagar and Grama. Nagar, urban, and Grama, rural. So from the very beginning of our civilization, we have these two categories. So in that case, and it's not easy to say whether migration comes first or urbanization comes first. But as you move on these days, more and more people are attracted by bright light of the cities. And what that means is the more urbanization, there's more tendency of migration, migrants coming to urban areas. So that's what we can say right now. But it's mutually reinforcing.
Good afternoon, sir. According to an article that I had read, it states that Nepal is one of the top 10 fastest urbanizing countries. However, it's under 10 least urbanized countries in the world. In your opinion, what do you think might be the cause for this?
Can you repeat that?
According to an article I read, it states that Nepal is among the top 10 countries for urbanization. However, it still lies under the 10 least urbanized countries. What do you think might be the cause for this?
Thank you very much, and it's not an easy question. I didn't want to enter into this area in my presentation, but since you asked me, I have to talk about it a little bit. What is interesting in the case of Nepal is, by the time we had this census operation, that is 2011, we only had 58 municipalities. What it meant is only 17% of population in this country were living in urban areas. So that made Nepal one of the least urbanized country in the face of the earth. And then with all this state restructuring process and the ambitions of people and ambitions of elected representatives, people began to classify more and more areas into urban areas. By now we have more than 293 municipalities. And then the proportion living in urban areas exceeds 62%. And it is that fact that you are referring to. Because under our classification, what we call municipalities, sub-metropolitan, metropolitan, out of these, 62% are living in urban areas, maybe highest, one of the highest among top 10. But if you look at the urban facilities, what do we mean by urban? Do we also consider urban facilities? Do we have urban facilities? No, not necessarily. So what has happened in this country is the government has challenged all those scholars. In a sense that what we call municipalities, in an academic sense, they are not urban areas per se. Not all those municipalities declared are urban areas, given that there are no urban facilities there. So this is the dilemma we are facing. I must mention that, yes, if you look at the statistics, if you take the concept that all municipalities declared by government are urban, in that case your first presumption holds. Yes, one of the highest. But if you think of, in terms of what are the urban facilities they are getting? What is the urban concentration? What is the structure of the population living in that area? What facilities they are enjoying? What are the basic utilities situation? And from that perspective, we are not urbanized. Very limited. Only, I would say, the 6 or 7 sub-metropolitan and metropolitan we can consider really urban. The rest of them, very, very limited urban areas. So we are facing this dilemma.
Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
One more question.
Sure.
Since our presentation was on topic urbanization and migration, and there was a point regarding the behavior of people from urban area and rural area, and being myself a travel and tourism and hospitality student, well, in my personal experience, I have found the village people more humble, kind, and courtesy than the urban people. Because the urban people prefer hello rather than namaste. So what can be done to balance between the urbanization and to keep the value of our nation?
Thank you. I think you clearly justify that the behaviors are different in urban areas. So that's the main point. What can we do? What can you do as an entrepreneur of tourism? What can we do? It's just awareness. Rather than that, throughout the history, somehow the behavior has been different. That's why the knowledge is established. Of course, yes, but it is not necessary. It's not a necessary fact that urban areas should behave differently. They could be humble, they could be polite, and there are polite people, there are humble people as well. There are also cases that some people are not as humble as that. So I think we all have to learn as we go on. That much I can say. I can say more than that. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Sir from Bangladesh.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Balcony.
Oh. Okay.
How can we increase the wages of people in rural areas so that migration rate will come down?
Thank you. This is an age-old question. And one of the theories, as I mentioned to you earlier, primarily says that there is a wage differentials between urban areas and rural areas. If we take that explanation and equalize the wealth, this is one possibility. But then it has not worked out. It has not worked out. Basically, so long as the imbalances in social provisions, the services provisions like electricity, telephone, good living, hospital facilities and educational facilities are unevenly distributed, I don't see that we can minimize migration from rural areas. And personally, having worked in the area of migration for the last 25 years, I personally think that we should not stop migration. We should not think of stopping migration. What we should think of is letting them return in rural areas. Let them move on. Let them go on. Let them visit. Let them experience whatever they can. But the government's emphasis should be bringing them back, and how to bring them back so long as we develop health, education, communication, and basic utilities facilities in the rural areas, then we see a hope of people going back to rural areas or going back to their origins. Thank you.
Sir, नेपालमा चाहिँ होइन अहिलेसम्म जति पनि माइग्रेसन भइरहेको छ अर्बन एरियाजहरूमा त्यो चाहिँ धेरै जस्तो स्टुडेन्ट्सहरू भेट्न सकिन्छ। म पनि त्यस्तै स्टुडेन्ट हो होइन, काठमाडौँमा आएर पढिरहेको छु। अनि मेरो क्वेसन चाहिँ के भने अहिलेको प्रेजेन्ट कन्टेक्स्टमा है यो जुन फेसिलिटिज अर्बन एरियाजमा पाइरहेको छ एजुकेसनसँग रिलेटेड, त्यो चाहिँ अरू ठाउँहरूमा पनि रुरल एरियाजहरूमा पनि ल्याउनुको लागि चाहिँ के गर्न सकिन्छ होला अहिलेको प्रेजेन्ट कन्टेक्स्टमा? थ्याङ्क यू सर।
थ्याङ्क यू, धन्यवाद। अहिलेको सन्दर्भबाट हेर्दाखेरि तपाईँले जुन रूपमा प्रश्न सोध्नुभयो, सुन्दाखेरि असाध्यै सिम्पल लाग्छ, तर मान्छे भन्ने अजीबको प्राणी रहेछ क्या। तपाईँले याद गर्नुभयो भने मान्छेलाई भनेर लाग्दैन कतिपय अवस्थामा। अनौठो छ मान्छे प्राणी। तपाईँले हो 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 जस्तो पनि लाग्छ, तर तपाईँ आफै जानुपर्दा ठुलै सहरमा जानुहुन्छ, त्यही तपाईँकै छेउछाउमा तपाईँकै अर्को बसेको नगरमा त्यही फेसिलिटी छ, तर तपाईँ त्यसलाई युज गर्नुहुन्न। तपाईँ ठुलै सहरमा जानुहुन्छ, एउटा टेन्डेन्सी मान्छेसँग छ र हामीसँग के रहेछ भन्दाखेरि ठुलो सहर भनिसकेपछि हामी त्यसलाई एउटा स्तर गौरवको रूपमा देख्दा रहेछौँ। तपाईँ गाउँमा जानुहोस् त, गाउँबाट अथवा सहरबाट म काठमाडौँ गएर आएँ भनिसकेपछि तपाईँलाई अलिकति ठुलो मान्छेको रूपमा हेर्छ नि त, ओहो के छ कसो छ भनेर। हिजो चाहिँ हेर्थेँ, अहिले नहेर्लान् सबै पुगेको छ। यो एउटा जुन मान्छेको त्यो यो मनोविज्ञान छ नि, यो मनोविज्ञानले पनि ठुलो काम गर्दो रहेछ। र सुन्दाखेरि के लाग्छ भने यी सबै सुविधाहरू गाउँमा अथवा अरू सानो सहरहरूमा हामीले पुर्यायौँ भने त मान्छे त नआउनु पर्ने नि। म्याथमेटिक्सले काम गर्दैन यहाँ, यो हिसाबले काम गर्दैन यहाँ। मान्छेको मनोविज्ञान फरक छ। मनोविज्ञान के हुँदो रहेछ भने एउटा लेभलमा पुगिसकेपछि होइन टाढै जान्छु हो भन्ने हुँदो रहेछ क्या। त्यो टेन्डेन्सीले काम गर्छ। अब यो टेन्डेन्सीको चाहिँ यसलाई कसरी उपचार गर्ने? यो उपचार प्राविधिक उपचार भनेको चाहिँ इक्वल फेसिलिटिजहरू प्रोभाइड गर्ने हो, तर त्यतिले पनि अलिक पुग्दो रहेनछ। यो मान्छेको मनोविज्ञानभित्र हामीले कसरी चाहिँ यो उस्तै हुन् भने मनोविज्ञानमा अलिकति हामीले त्यतातिर एड्रेस गर्छौँ तब केही सम्भावना छ। तथापि अहिलेसम्मको इतिहासले हामीलाई के भन्छ भन्दाखेरि मान्छे हिँडुल गर्ने नै प्राणी हो। ऊ हिँडुल गर्न पाएन, बाहिर घुम्न पाएन भने सन्तोष हुँदैन। त्यही टेन्डेन्सी रहेछ। हस्, धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, Professor. We will stop taking the questions now. Now, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to place on record our deepest appreciation and gratitude to you, Professor Subedi, for your insightful and inspiring presence. May I now ask Mr. Gehendra Chand, the Dean of Plus 2 at St. Javier College, to present Professor Dr. Bhim Subedi with a token of love.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.